So I'm gonna go with that. I think I'm gonna go with that one. I'll pay, no worries. So let's see what our opponent decides to kill first. It chose that. Okay, I'm very confused with what our opponent is doing. I'll just attack with everything and I will ninjutsu the Nurturing Pixie and we win, right? Or am I missing something here? Okay, so we got the win. This was a game we controlled from the first turn. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today's video is going to be another standard deck tag. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. It's the Esper Pixie, the deck of the moment. This is as meta as it can be. I guess. I can tell you one thing. I recorded what, 5 games? Then I listened to them as I usually do to see if everything is good. The sound was crazy. I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry. I tried to make things different for this video and I hope it's better now. Please let me know down in the comments if it's better than the other videos and stuff like that. I'll really appreciate that. But anyway, I had 5 clips for you guys, 5 wins. Then I had to re-record those 5 clips, obviously, and I have 5 more. Since it's all over the place, I'm not gonna really say a lot about him. I'm just gonna briefly mention the fact that this deck, what he wants to do is just screw with everything our opponents do. That's pretty much it. That's the simplest way I can put it. Basically, you have a bunch of turn 1 spells that you can play. Even Mockingbird is a turn 1 spell because you can pay for 0 and copy something that costs 1. So you can copy your opponent's, I don't know, Llanowar Elves or 1 cost creature that opponents play. Everything else just serves a purpose to mess with your opponent. You have a lot of bounce spells like This Isn't Big Enough, Bottomless Pool, Fear of Isolation and Nurturing Pixie are also bounce spells, but they're bounce spells that work on your stuff. You can play Bottomless Pool turn 1, bounce something your opponents have played already, turn 2 Nurturing Pixie, get the Bottomless Pool, bounce something else, you know what I mean? So you can keep repeating the same plays over and over and over again until your opponents either lose the game because you have created so much value, destroy their boards in a way that they can't really do anything, or just get tired of watching them things get destroyed with cards like Nowhere to Run and Teething Blade? T-Blade, let's call it T-Blade. Or discarded with Hopeless Nightmare because you're gonna play this card 20 times a game instead of 4 and they just quit, you know. So that's basically the strategy of the deck. We play with 22 lands. Is not a lot, but you don't need a lot to make this deck work. Basically everything above 3 lands and you're solid. 4 lands you don't need a lot more unless your opponent is playing a lot of things and you need to kinda get on with the program and bounce several things, you know, and heal several things. That's where you're probably gonna suffer a little bit more, but that's where the bounce spells and early removal comes in, you know, and also the discard comes in because you cannot let your opponents go too crazy. I guess that's a very simple way of explaining this deck. You'll see while I'm playing it, as I'm pretty sure you saw a lot of other creators play with this deck, so you know exactly what this deck is about. If not, then please just watch 1 or 2 games just so that you can understand a little bit better what the deck does, because I'm not gonna explain as well as what your eyes see. Again, I really hope the sound quality is better than the one in the last video or the last 2 videos. Please let me know, and I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. Let's get right into the matchups. Enjoy the video. So I already have like what, 4 games for you, but I decided to record a couple more because the sound was iffy. I don't know what's wrong with my setup. The first one I tried to record, this is a terrible end. This is much better. The first one I tried to record now as like okay, so this will be better for the video, blah blah. See how the sound is basically. OBS didn't capture any sound, so the recording for this video is going pretty well, as you can as you can clearly tell. So the first couple of turns are going to be very simple, but we're playing against black, so this might be very difficult at the same time, you know. Let's see what our opponent plays. Well, not black. I was gonna say Dimir, but isn't... oh no, Restless Reef is Dimir, okay. Oh, the cottage is black and green. So we're going to do the exact same thing and just, you know, just swarm the board with as many orders as possible. And just go all out on the attack, be as aggressive as we can. Next turn we'll see what's up, because we are only on 3 lands. You know what, I'll just go with that actually. I don't know what might come there, a counter maybe, you know, counter, so removal seems logical. Okay. So this is a mill deck, I guess. We're just going to attack and see what our opponent does, because right now we have exactly lethal, if my math serves me correctly. Okay, 2 mana, nowhere to run. Okay, so I guess our opponent can survive one more turn. Let's call it surviving. And you know, I'm gonna just risk it. Let's see, because I'm pretty sure Atraxa will be coming in. Zombify most likely will be coming out. I doubt it's gonna be the... oh damn, I was gonna say I doubt it's gonna be the Teresian Mindbreaker. Didn't even remember that card's name, but it's so rarely seen these days. But you know, solid I guess. Only 2 lands can do a lot in this deck. I understand that we don't run that many lands. It still kinda sucks when you're stuck on 2 lands for 2, 3, 4 turns, because this deck will stack up aggressively if you get 3, 4 lands, you know what I mean? You can do a lot of stuff. Like if I had 4 lands like our opponent has right now, so if I didn't miss any land drops, I would have a similar board to this, and this turn I would most likely be able to either replay Hopeless Nightmare and have this on it big enough open for whatever might come. So, you know, sucks, but we still managed to get the win. Let's get into another one. Okay, so as of the re-recording of this video, 2 games, 1 win, 1 loss. I mean 3 games. The first one didn't get any sound, but you know, it still counts. 1 win, 1 loss. That Overlord deck, crazy deck. It starts slow, but it amps up so goddamn quick. Okay, we can go with the Hopeless Nightmares, right? Turn 1 with 1 of them. Going to keep, but I don't know if I'm going to play it a little bit safer and then maybe Hopeless Nightmare twice. Because if you look at this, you'll see maybe a lot of you'll see an aggressive deck maybe. Let's see what we get, because we're not on play. Okay, so mono red or not. Yeah, okay, I will Underground River, and I'm gonna start taking cards out of our opponent's hand. Next turn I will most likely see Chromecast, Storm Chaser's Talent, and then Hopeless Nightmare again, unless we get something. And the counter, that's fine. Okay, we got nothing. Yes. And yes. Okay, so this game we're seeing a lot of mana. We're not liking that. Because this is mono red. I need stuff to do. I will see. Okay, immediately chose that. Let's see if there's a monstrous rage. There's not. Okay. We keep going, you know? We keep going. That costs 1. So I'll put that. And that. And I will copy the hired claw. No attacks, because I will most likely use something to block next turn. Okay, that's kind of weird. Why not do that to the other before? Why risk attacks or something? But that's fine. So it's very confused because our opponent can do that after. No, oh, I'm extremely confused. That's fine, that's fine. So I'm going to do this, take back the Hopeless Nightmare, try to copy the Pixie, take back the other Hopeless Nightmare. Not gonna be easy, that much I know of. I'll play that first, just to see what our opponent does, because our opponent might want to try and kill the Pixie. Okay, Snakeskin Veil. I'll pay 0. Copy the Pixie. Get back the other Hopeless Nightmare. And now I'll take a hit, but let's make him discard. Okay. Just lost 2 life. Sorry, you probably heard my chair. Okay, now we need something to bounce the Iron Claw. I have nothing here. That is not it at all. Okay, so I'll just pass turn. We'll most likely need the Pixie to block. If not, I'll Restless Reef, because it has that touch. Okay. So they both die. Okay, now we get an Overlord of the Veil Mark. I'm gonna do this because I want to see what I can find. I'll find the Mockingbird. I'll go with the Pixie. And I'll go with the Storm Chaser's talent. And I'll play the talent because we're trying to find some creatures right now. Some blockers. Plus I'm also going to attack this turn. Next turn we might plus, not plus, we might just do that to level up. I mean, this is getting dangerously dangerous. Yeah, I know what this will do. That sucks. So we can either Hopeless Nightmare and Scry, or we can maybe try and get nowhere to run. No, we can't. It has to be, it's only, yeah, instants or sorcery, so that doesn't do anything. One target creature to its owner's end. Okay, so I'm going to attack. I will use Bottomless Pool on my creature. I'll get it back. I will now put, yeah, I need creatures, man. Need creatures on the board. Oh my god, really? can't believe. I can't believe I have 2 life. Our opponent has 8. Okay, Fear of Isolation. What damages can I actually do? Can I actually win this? Okay. I cannot win this right now, but we're only on 2. If I lose next turn, it's gonna cost me so much more. Okay, that was rough, man. I really thought he was gonna get like, I don't know, burst lightning or something. I don't know if burst lightning can go to the face. Let's see. Yeah, 2 damage to any target. Like, that would annoy me so much. We managed to, you know, with a couple risky plays here and there, we managed to hold on enough to actually build the board and win against mono red, which doesn't feel like mono red. It's not, because, you know, Snakeskin Veil is probably there to protect our opponent's creatures, but we still managed to do a lot, and with more mana than usual this time, and we still use Restless Reef's ability to block, plus Gloom Lake Verge was milled, so, you know, in total we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 lands, which is not that normal. No discount ain't big enough, no nowhere to run, which would have been extremely helpful against Guardfire Hero, but it is what it is. We got the win. Awesome. Let's get into another one. Okay, so let's see if we get some more clips for you guys. So fucking YouTube, I didn't say anything bad. I said the name of this dude. I will keep this just because I have a turn 1 play. I can bounce something, not from me. I mean, I can also bounce a creature, but it's not as helpful. Okay, so I'm thinking Dark Sleek Shores into Storm Chaser's Talent. Then turn 2, I can actually Mockingbird, create another Otter if nothing else happens. Our opponent mulligan, so a Noblest Nightmare would be amazing. Okay, nothing really happened, so yeah, I guess I'll just do that. Well, at least next turn I can Kaito in instead of I could. Well, I can't. I was gonna say I still can, but I can't. What I will do though is I might create a bat of my own. 2 can play at this game. Removal. Removal. I'll take that one. Why not? I just lost battery on my I'll attack with both. Just lost battery on my headphones. Well, I feel a little bit freer. I just don't know what that. Of course, he gets a better removal for his Okay, so I can do that. I will do that. This one is X-proof, so that's fine. Yeah, it's not a planeswalker. I will. Ooh. What do I want? What do I want? Because I will draw a card. Do I want to pick? I think I want that one actually. Okay, now we can. Okay, so probably, yeah, I was gonna say probably that one's gonna leave my hand.
I like a challenge.
That's fine. So, nurturing pixie. Well, actually, I'm going to copy the bat again. Take that one out. So far, so good. And yeah, I'm gonna surveil and draw again.
Your secrets didn't stay hidden for long.
Do I want more land? I think I do. Especially considering this turn there's not a lot I can do. Okay, so that, and we got a good game and the win. Great win against a very tough deck, and we also got the rank up. That's fantastic. Yeah, the season just restarted, so great game against a very tough deck. We managed to use the Mockingbirds, in my opinion, pretty decently. We copied Deep Cavern Bat twice. Not a lot of land, no discard. Unfortunately, that would have been amazing against this deck because our opponent mulliganed, but you know, we control the board. There's nothing really more to say. Let's get into another one. Very solid win. Rice Cracker is our next opponent. Okay, so land-wise, not a fan. But these four are very good and I'm gonna risk it. You know, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna play Restless Reef, turn to Concealed Courtyard, then I will Storm Chaser Talent and Hopeless Nightmare. Or no, Concealed and Hopeless Nightmare this turn, Restless Reef. No, yeah. No, I'm gonna go with our original plan because if I play Storm Chaser's Talent and Hopeless Nightmare, on turn 3, I will be able to play Fear of Isolation, you know? If I went with Concealed Courtyard and Hopeless Nightmare, I will still be able to play Fear of Isolation on turn 3, but Storm Chaser's Talent wouldn't be what's it called? On the battlefield. Sorry. I really got distracted there. Because it's like I always say, this deck isn't difficult to maneuver, right? But it has some intricacies, so we need to be careful with that.
I will miss you forever.
I think our opponent is just thinking. I don't think he's roping us, but probably there's another shutdown, which I'm fine with. You know, we can get everything back in our hands, so. And next turn we will see what we get. So Deep Cavern Bat probably is gonna take out, I would say, Fear of Isolation with the cards that I have. Yeah, it's just a non-land card, so okay, so I go with that. I'll take the Hopeless Nightmare because this will make our opponent lose a little bit of life and one more card, so that's actually fantastic. I'm tired of this card, man, being in standard. There are a lot of annoying cards in standard these days, but this one takes the cake. So Restless Reef, and we just chill. I think if nothing happens, I will probably try and Hopeless Nightmare, but okay, Enduring Curiosity. Yeah, Nowhere to Run will be a great card, and then I don't think I want more mana, because we can take Nowhere to Run with the Deep Cavern Bat and then get back this town in big enough, you know what I mean? And then take the Enduring Curiosity. So it's decent, it's decent. Trust me. Or not. Okay, so let's go to attackers. We all know what's gonna happen. Maybe I should have
I will miss you
played the Drowner first, but you know. Okay, and now I'll go with that and okay, so you know, it's not fantastic, you can just replay it, but next turn we can actually kill it if we want to, which is not something that I really want to do. But honestly, I don't think we have a lot of ways of dealing with that unless bouncing. I think I'm gonna do this. We can Fear of Isolation as well. I think I'm gonna take Mockingbird actually. So next turn our options are Nowhere to Run or Floodpit's Drowner and just try and tap the Curiosity so it doesn't really do anything. And we will get a chance to actually copy the Curiosity. So maybe that's the game plan now. Okay, so maybe our opponent is getting a little mana flooded. I don't know what he has. I can see he has something. The Preacher, that's not terrible for our opponent.
I will miss you forever.
I'm gonna play this and I think I might just want to level up, or I can just play the other Floodpit's Drowner, tap that one. Yeah, I think that's the correct play, because the turn after, if I want to Mockingbird and copy the Curiosity, we'll be drawing 2 cards. I mean, consider if our opponent doesn't really play anything, which you know is a huge if, but you need to kinda risk it. Okay, cut down on that one, that's fine. Cut down on that one as well. Cut down or something else. It doesn't have to be a cut down, obviously. Okay, I guess not. For now, at least. You could play that card, you know that, right? You don't need to make me feel anxious. Sorry, I like to click things. Okay, so we got another one. That's not terrible. I think I'm gonna try and copy the Curiosity. If we can. Okay, so we have an Enduring Curiosity now. He's out of okay. So I guess we're playing now. Well, probably what? Nowhere to Run? I'm fine with that. If I trade, this dies. So I don't want to trade. I will kinda hope our opponent doesn't get removal. Okay, I'll take that. Really? Is it me or that was just like a weird call? I'll attack. Let's see if he trades the Deep Cavern Bat. Probably won't. Yep. Let's see what we get. That is fantastic. I will actually play this because with that we can actually do some interesting things. So I'm gonna play that first and foremost. I'll tap the preacher. That's fine. And now he's gonna attack with everything, I'm sure. Yep. I will take the curiosity. And I'll take the drowner again. So it doesn't get any more cards. It cannot play the curiosity. It cannot block my curiosity. And we still have okay, so he actually can, but really all the land in the world? That's kind of crazy. Okay, so let's attack again. I'll take it. I'll take a Mockingbird. What can I want? Could take a Preacher. Deep Cavern Bat won't really do anything unless serve to block the Deep Cavern Bat. Take another Curiosity. No, I'll take the Preacher. So, 2. I'll take the Preacher because it's a blocker, it's a flyer. Null and turn. Now we have another blocker. We have a flyer. And let's tap. I think I'll tap the Deep Cavern Bat. I chose that so I could. Yeah, I'm not gonna let you block. I'll block with that. That was a win and a half. Great win. This was a very good game actually. I had a lot of fun. Both decks worked very well. I think both decks were a little flooded, to be honest, so you know, can't really say anything about that, but I think we maneuvered the game pretty decently overall. At least, you know, the Flood Pit Drowners were like lifesavers. This town ain't big enough. When we top deck that was great as well. You know, a lot of work that the Mockingbirds put in as well to scare or stop or pause our opponent's intentions for a while. That was very good. I really enjoy that. Let's see what happens next. So I initially had 5 games, 5 wins for you guys. I'm trying to get the same 5 wins now, just to keep it consistent, just a little bit, you know.
I will miss you forever.
This ain't perfect, but I'll keep. Considering I have no turn 1 play that I wanna make, you know, I could have bottomless pool, but our opponent didn't play anything, so considering that, I'm just gonna pass turn and keep passing turn, you know. I cannot play the Fear of Isolation before I have something. Okay. I think it's time for a Fear of Isolation. I'll just get back my bottomless pool. So a lot of lands. I really don't want to use the Keyblade. I never know how to say that. Okay, so I'll go with that now. No worries. And considering I don't really have anything better to do, you know, I couldn't have played Kaito even if I wanted, so I'll just be a little bit more aggressive. I want to try and keep these 2, but you know. So I will attack. There's no way to block. I'll Ninjutsu Kaito. Yep.
Just in time to save the day.
I will surveil for sure. It's ridiculous. Oh dear lord, that's ridiculous. And I still have 1 in hand. Okay, so now, yeah, I think I'm gonna Fear of Isolation, and I'm gonna take the Bottomless Pool because I think this deck that I'm playing against is trying to go wider. So that means a lot of creatures that I can bounce, including tokens and stuff like that. So far so good. Let's see. Here are the tokens. Next turn I'll definitely bounce the Enduring Innocence. Okay, gain 3 life. That's fine. I don't really mind that. Nurturing Pixie. So I'll bounce the Innocence. I'll play the Nurturing Pixie, bounce the Bottomless Pool, and I'll just see what we... Another one. Sure, I'll take another one. And I'll just pass turn because this turn I'm big enough is gonna be great for the Overlord next turn. Okay, Caretaker's Talent. I don't want our opponent to draw, so I'll take that and I'll take the Teething Blade, the T-Blade. So no drawing for our opponent. Now we got the Overlord. Okay, Bottomless Pool. Like, this is not gonna be an easy game. We're just gonna try and go crazy. Okay, Mockingbird is actually good if our opponent hardcasts the what's it called? The Overlord. I will take one of these out as well, because the less wider he goes, the better we stay. The better off we stay, I mean. Okay, so the Enduring Innocence is back. When are more tokens you control enter? Okay, so he's not creating any tokens right now. I can, however, create my own Enduring Innocence with the Mockingbird. I can, yeah, I think that's a good play. So Enduring Innocence, I'll play what, 2, right? And I can copy that. I'll attack, so a big hit. And I know I probably shouldn't do this, but I think that's the right call for now. I just coughed. All tap creatures. That is fine. So I'll take that and that. Technically speaking, he kinda helped me out here because I will draw a card. I think. Unless he has something. Okay, that was a terrible draw, but still a draw. Okay, he chose to get lost. That's fine. Let's make it bigger. As big as we can. Okay, Kaito. That's actually awesome. So that's 4. That is 4, okay. Now I don't... Okay, Sheltered by Ghosts. That sucks. He's removing that? Really? Seriously? That's what you're removing? Okay. I was not expecting that, if I can be honest with you guys. So, I'm gonna go with that. What should I do? I think I'm gonna go with that one. I'll pay, no worries.
I will make
So let's see what our opponent decides to kill first. He chose that. Okay, I'm very confused with what our opponent is doing. I'll just attack with everything and I will ninjutsu the nurturing pixie and we win, right? Or am I missing something here? Okay, so we got the win. This was a game we controlled from the first turn. Like everything we did prevented our opponent from playing. This deck is hella annoying to play against. So this Enduring Innocence was very solid. We ended up with this Mockingbird in this case. We ended up with a very healthy life total. We would have got the Nurturing Pixie back for the Teething Blade, the T-Blade, I guess. We could have played the Hopeless Nightmare. The Drowner was very helpful. You know, I really think we got a lot of bounce spells. I think that was the thing. 2 Dissounding Big Enough, 2 Bottomless Pools / locker rooms, you know. I guess that's gonna be it for the gameplays. Let's get into the final thoughts. Final thoughts, everyone. Like I said in the last game, this deck is hella annoying to play against. Everything it does serves a purpose, and the purpose usually is to screw with you. With your opponent, you know. The purpose of this deck is making Magic as hard as possible to play against. The amount of control pieces, whether it be removal or bounce spells in this deck, is insane. Nowhere to Run and Teething Blade will flat out kill your opponent's creature as well. One gives -3/-3, so it's conditional, and the other lets your opponents choose which creatures to sacrifice, which is also not ideal. But if you have enough mana on the battlefield, you can replay these two more than once a turn, making everything pretty much killable, you know what I mean? Bottomless Pool, Dissounding Big Enough, Nurturing Pixie, and Fear of Isolation will keep taking care of your opponent's threats, and they will keep putting things back in your hand to keep taking care of your opponent's threats. Honestly, if you want to win games, it's fun to pilot this deck. It's not easy, it's not difficult. I really do believe that most people will be able to pilot this deck at least half decently, right? Well, I'm the proof, I guess. I'm an average Magic player. I doubt I'm even above average, a little above average, and I still get a lot of great results with it. But there's a lot of little intricacies that come with this deck, and you need to really be paying attention to what you're doing, right? I've lost some games because I decided to bounce a spell that wasn't really making, like, let's say you bounce a Llanowar Elf or something like that, right? We know what it can do, we know the purpose of the Llanowar Elves being on the deck, but maybe wait until the big threat come and then use the bounce spell, you know what I mean? Mockingbird was an MVP in some of the games we saw, in my opinion. Kaido is a very strong planeswalker. The fact that he can enter, hit for a 3 immediately, you can make him bigger, you can draw cards, you can surveil, and you can also use to tap creatures, just like the Flood Pit's Drowner, which is also a very good card in this deck, very underrated in my opinion. Card I like the least is probably Overlord of the Whalemark here, because, you know, you're milling 4 cards, then you're returning a non-avatar creature card or a planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand, which, don't get me wrong, you have no more avatar cards unless the other Overlord of the Whalemark in the deck, and you can get Kaito, Fear of Isolation, a Flood Pit's Drowner, Nurturing Pixie or Mockingbird But if by any chance you just hit land or one of the other 19 cards in the deck that are not creatures, you're kinda screwed, you know what I mean? So the chances of it not working are somewhat big. So I don't know, maybe taking this out and adding more teething blades or nowhere to run, maybe a board wipe if you're playing against very aggressive strategies, more removal, more instant removal, I don't know, something like that. But anyway, the deck is super fun. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if the sound quality is better, if you hear my voice in a more clearer way. I'm struggling really hard to get to the bottom of the issues with OBS and sound, and it's probably something I'm doing wrong, but anyway, whatever, I'll keep trying, and I'm sure you guys let me know when everything's on the up and up. Like I was saying, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave that like, comment, share, subscribe. I love the feedback I'm getting, negative, positive, as long as it's respectful. I'm all here for it, and I really hope I can continue to bring some videos for you guys to entertain you, and you know, you can spend a little 30-45 minutes together. But yeah, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.